Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we have from Marvel Legends from the Kree Sentry Build-A-Figure wave, the Captain Marvel series, Yon Rogg. So yeah, so let's go over the actual figure, but before we do, let's talk about the box. Box is pretty nice, standard. Got some good artwork of him on the sides there. Nowadays, what they're doing is that the clear plastic is not attached to the actual cardboard. It's just a separate piece that's like on top of the actual or the plastic that's inside. So it's kind of new, just, you know, something to note. Doesn't really change much, but it is still new. Get a nice picture of him on the back there, and the rest of the assortment. Again, another thing that's changed is with the movie characters, they give their artwork instead of the actual pictures of the figures, which I find odd. At the moment, I only have Yon Rogg and Talos. I do plan to get the other movie figures of the wave, though. And then, as far as the comic figures, I just want to buy their Build-A-Figure pieces and build the Kree Sentry. So yeah. Let's go over the actual figure here. This figure is okay. First of all, character-wise, now, none of this is like confirmed, but this is going into some spoiler territory, so if you want to just sit out the next couple of seconds here, I'm going to start talking about it. Yon Rogg is a villain in the comics, and in the movie, this is most likely Jude Law's character that they originally said was going to be Captain Marvel, like the original Captain Marvel, before Carol Danvers takes over. But it looks like, and it seems like it's a very obvious thing, so I don't know, like, if it is supposed to be a big surprise, because everybody knows about it now, is that this character is actually Yon Rogg, and he is the actual villain in the movie, and although the Skrulls are going to be painted as the villains, it's going to be more the Kree that are the villains, and because it's very obvious, because her whole team that she's with, too, while she is like a part of the Star Force type of league, all the people that she's with are villains, and like one of them was a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy, so it's very clear like how the movie's gonna go. So I'm hoping that it's not that obvious. I hope that there's more to it, but it seems to be very clear that Jude Law is the villain, and he is Yon Rogg, and this is a figure of him, and he is posing as a hero and thinks of himself as a hero, when in fact he and his team are the real villains here, and they're on the wrong. So that's very much what it seems to be. But going over the actual figure here, it's alright. It has really weird proportions, very toy-like proportions, which is annoying to me. But going over the face, I'm not huge on this face, to be honest. Just move this to the back there. The face, I think, is not seated in the helmet very well. I don't think we have a picture of him with the helmet on, so, I mean, we don't have much to go on. But I think that the side, like, jaw pieces and the stuff around his mouth is a little too thick, and therefore it makes him have a very bulky looking head sculpt, and the face is very light in it. There's no expression going on, which is definitely disappointing, and then the eyes are very big, which is odd. I wish that they were a little thinner. So overall, I'm not huge on the face. The coloring of this figure, though, I really do like. The black mixed with that really nice metallic green, very cool. I definitely like it. It seems to really nail the color scheme of the suits in the movie, so I do like that quite a bit. You do have the kind of Kree logo there in the center. And as you can see, some nice detailing overall. I think the detail is quite good throughout it. Proportions are just the issue, though. He's got these weird, like, gauntlet pieces that are just kind of, like, glued onto his arm. Like, is it supposed to look like that? Because it looks really weird. Now, you see in the artwork here that it almost looks like it's a gauntlet piece that, like, opens up, and he can shoot, like, maybe some blasts out of that or something like that. So that's very cool, but on the actual figure, it's not represented very well. It's weird looking, so I wish that it was a little bit closer to the look of the picture that we have, but unfortunately it is not. He's got very large hands, like extremely large hands, and therefore it just gives his whole arm a weird look, because you've got this weird piece that's sticking out right there. You've got big hands, and then when it comes down to the legs, they get really thin towards the knees, but they have like bulky thighs, and then you've got these really big, rounded, bulky feet, which just look weird. Like he's just got some odd proportions. He looks like, if this was a comic figure, it would be fine. Those exaggerated proportions work for comic figures, but this is supposed to be, you know, a character. It's supposed to be Jude Law, and it doesn't look like a movie figure. If I saw this without knowing much about the movie and was asked if this was a comic or a movie figure, I would have said it was a comic figure and been very confident with that, and it's not. It is a movie figure, so it doesn't fit in that movie style, in my opinion. I think the proportions make it look very comic-y. But the color scheme is really nice. They nailed the colors, I'll say that. He does come with one accessory. It's just this kind of gun. It's very plain. plain looking. He holds it very well though. So yeah, I feel like it looks like the real power comes from these gauntlet things, at least on that concept art photo. And I feel like you could do some really cool things, like he's shooting blasts and stuff. But it comes with no like blast effect pieces, and we haven't seen him do it in the trailer at all or anything. So I don't know specifically what they're supposed to look like. So it's hard to like recreate it. So I don't know. Just overall, the figure's a little boring since we haven't really seen like the figure, this character in the movie very much and in this capacity basically. So I would definitely like to see I'm excited to see the movie, and then that might, make me like this figure a bit more. But at the moment, I'm not huge on it. The proportions are odd, and the face sculpt isn't anything great. So yeah, overall, a little bit disappointing. Who knows? By the time I see the movie, though, I could really turn around and really enjoy this figure. As a villain fan, that would certainly help. So yeah, so overall, this is a decent figure. Nothing great here, but nothing terrible. Wouldn't run out and get it, but if you're collecting the movie figures, this is obviously one that you're going to want in your collection. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think of my review of Yon Rogg and the figure itself, and thanks so much for watching.